As we get older, we start to think about what we will do when we still want to be independent or if we need care. Are there places we can feel safe? I want you to meet Sharon Nolli from Fallon Healthcare. Sharon is here to tell us about options people have for elder care. And hi.
Hi.
Good to have you here, Sharon.
It's nice to be here today.
One thing I want to mention, I just said when we get older.
Yes.
But I read that 55 could be the age when you need care if you are, in bad health probably, or so it sounded like I was talking to someone very young.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So there is a program out there, and you can get on the Frail Elder Waiver, and you have to be older than 55, needing help in your home, so needing help with activities of daily living. Your income does need to be less than $2,205, and you have to show less than $2,000 in assets, and that does not include your house or your car. So it's a Frail Elder Waiver, and it's under Mass Health.
Okay, and 55 and older.
55 and older. It's really just for when the Frail Elder Waiver comes into play for that age group. It's for someone who could possibly be in a PACE program, and it's a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly. That's what the PACE stands for.
Oh.
There's 8 of these programs in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are watching out for us in a way then.
Yes.
That's good.
Fallon Health has one called Summit Elder Care, and it is a PACE program, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly. In this particular program, in Massachusetts, there's 8 of these programs, and we're just one of them. So we have 6 locations. The one that's closest to Littleton is in Lowell, or maybe even possibly Leominster. So either or, depending on where they live in Littleton.
Right.
We're also in Springfield, Charlton, 2 in Worcester, and then another one, like I said, Lowell and Leominster. Yeah, so there's 6.
That's good. And so some people do need help with daily activities.
Yes.
Maybe they've had an illness or a heart problem or
even
knee surgery.
Memory loss. Yeah. So this particular program, there are several, but with the Summit Elder Care Program or a PACE program, we're in the United States. For Summit, we're actually in those 6 locations, and they help with activities of daily living. They might have someone come into the home, help them get dressed, take a shower, help them with meals, medication reminders, go grocery shopping, cleaning the house. And then they also have an adult day health, so people can go there during the day, have some activities, have a nice meal. We also have rehab on site. We have geriatricians, and even a hair salon.
Wow. So you don't have to stay home and worry about what is going to happen to you if you contact people like this to help you out. That's the one thing that you worry about with elders, I want to be independent. I want to be home. I want to not call anybody.
Right.
But on the other hand, they're missing out too, because you are interacting with someone else.
Yes.
And they're helping you make life easier. And that's important when we get older. It seems hard. Everyone says the same thing. It's hard to get old. It's not fun getting older.
Right.
But I think you can also make it, I'm not saying that for everybody, because some people really are so ill, it's terrible. But I think you have to make it so that your life is livable, at least, you know. And so it's not a bad thing to look for help.
Right, right.
Right, especially through, someone like Fallon that is reputable.
Well, the other thing is that when the caregivers, so those are the loved ones or people that are taking care of these people, are feeling overwhelmed, then they also are grateful for different types of programs that are out there, like a PACE program. So it's not just the elder that's getting some support and help, it's also the caregiver. Because it is an insurance too, and it pays for all the medical expenses, like even hearing aids or eyeglasses or dentures or dental, and all of the medical, all of the insurance hospitalization, doctor's appointments, you know, even insure if it's
Really?
needed.
Oh, really?
Over-the-counter drugs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, that's important. That's important for people to know.
it is.
Yeah, and you're talking about some areas where I feel is important, and that is teeth.
Yes.
I mean, how many times do they tell us that you have to have good teeth? Or they don't say you have to have good teeth. They say you have to eat everything by chewing well, and then you see a lot of seniors whose teeth is, how can they even do it? How can they
Right.
eat? So I think I'm for having a really good dental program for seniors. And also, when we start losing our hearing, it's expensive,
Yes.
very
Very
expensive.
expensive.
So, you know, but we need to somehow, well, this is how we take care of our seniors.
Right.
And so, and what do you do exactly?
So what I do, I work for the Leominster location and the Charlton location, and I do outreach. So I do presentations at senior centers and housings and with lawyers. I'm out and about trying to get people who are interested and really to understand what the program is, what the Summit Elder Care PACE program is.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have fun.
Good. Well, so do they charge anything? Do they pay anything?
A really good question. Through the Frail Elder Waiver, if someone is on the Frail Elder Waiver, then everything is at no cost. So there's no cost at all. There's no money exchange at all.
Really?
There's also partial pay and full pay. But 90% of the people that are in the PACE program are on through the Frail Elder Waiver on Mass Health. And the good thing is that Fallon Health will actually do all of the paperwork for these people.
Wow.
Work with the families or themselves, get all the paperwork that's needed to be sent to Mass Health, and we do all the paperwork and we get them onto Mass Health. Once they're on, then they always start the first of the next month. Does take a little bit of time because Mass Health is a little bit behind.
Yeah. We have that many seniors, right, and many that need the health. Well, it is important. I mean, of course, we're with the Council on Aging and hoping that we take care of our seniors in a good way. And so it's like we're reaching out to see other programs that can help the ones who don't know what's out there.
Right.
You know, and like I said, they need to check on things. Don't be all alone and wonder if, you know, someone can help me, or I'm never going to have any help, or I don't want any help. That's wrong. That's wrong. I feel like you need to reach out and take care of yourself.
It's always good to know about options too, because sometimes it just takes a fall. And it's good to know ahead of time. A lot of times people call and it's a last-minute rush and they really, really, really need to do something right away. And that's the phone calls that I usually get. What's nice about Summit is that we also can provide transportation back and forth to the adult day health, and also back and forth if somebody needs to see the doctor or go to rehab.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's nice because people feel concerned, oh, how will I get there? But we also can provide the transportation. There's also another program that is under Fallon Health. We have Fallon Senior Plan, and it's a Medicare supplemental program, and we also have Navicare, which is Senior Care Options Program, and that is for people that are over 65 and on Mass Health, and then they get more benefits than they do if they're on Mass Health. So there's quite a few programs under the Fallon Health umbrella.
Now, if somebody, a senior is injured in a way and they have to go to the hospital, and they're alone.
Yes.
Now, do you have someone that goes with them to the hospital to make sure that they get the right attention?
Yes, so once somebody is calling 911, that's the first thing they do is call 911. Then hopefully let us know, because then we're dealing directly with the hospital, because what could happen is the hospital could put them through a lot of different tests or whatnot, and we already know what's happening, and so we make sure that we're on top of it, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good too.
You'll see less 911 calls because we're we see these individuals a lot more, and we're on top of any type of problem, so they're able to see the doctor right away, or we can send the doctor out to their home.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good too.
We
Yeah.
also work with assisted livings.
Oh, really?
Yes. We work with Hayward Wakefield Commons, which is right in Gardner. We work with Corcoran House in Clinton, and we also work with Manor on the Hill in Leominster. And so sometimes when people run out of money, they're able to get onto a program like Summit Elder Care and get all the benefits of Summit, and they are able to, we pay for a portion of their stay at the assisted living. We also work all the way in Winchendon with Broadview.
And you also work with Groton, don't you?
Not yet. We don't have a contract yet with River Court and Groton.
yeah.
But there's hope in the future.
Ah, okay, yeah, because we had experience with them. That was good. Well, is there anything else that you think that they
Yes.
should?
So there's always Fallon Health, and we have those 3 programs. There's also assisted living, like I said. Assisted living can also be like at River Court, which is pretty close. They have independent living, and they also have assisted living. So it's nice that they have both sides.
Right.
Sometimes people are in independent for a while, and then they need more assistance, and they're able to get the assistance, which is nice.
Yeah, and I also think if you're in a place that has both, I bet it's much easier to transition
Yes.
into the extra care because
Right.
you know people.
Yes.
Yeah, my
would
mother
think.
was there. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she was in the first in the assisted living, and then she
Yes.
went into the Alzheimer's unit, and it was good because I liked it. It was people, I knew people.
Yes,
That's the other
yes.
thing. I knew people there,
Right.
you know, that were taking care of her.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a good thing too. Well,
There's also elder services, Minutemen Elder Services too.
yes.
And any type of private pay, and that way they can go right into the home. So there are several options that
Yeah.
people have.
Yeah.
If they have any questions about any of the topic that I spoke about, not just about Fallon, then I'd be glad to answer any questions if they had any.
Glad you came today. Thank you
you.
for all that information. I mean, you know, as we get older, we want to know all this
Yeah,
stuff.
it's good to know.
And so I'm glad, and you and I will have to do some things together later on.
Yes.
Because we both are into scarves, and we'll do a program.
Yeah, maybe
on-
we'll do a makeover program here.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to,
Good.
yes. Okay, well, thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
And
Barbara.
we'll remember all the things you told us. We'll try to.
Good.